We are fast approaching an anniversary of real downtime for me. And then, hey, okay, so because things are bad right now. Let me be clear, they're way worse than what I'm going to describe. Way worse. But for me, this is a pretty low point. So this is about the release of Portal 2 and the PlayStation Network hack, because the two coincide exactly together. I didn't want to work on Portal 2. I had shipped Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Episode 2, Team Fortress, helped with the first Portal, Left 4 Dead 1, Left 4 Dead 2. Like, when people say that Valve doesn't ship a lot of games, I'm always like, where were you? Because I shipped a lot of games. I like shipping games. I ship things. So I was heads down shipping stuff. And I was like, hey, we're doing some DLC for the Left 4 Dead series. I'm going to just sit in the writer's room sometime with Portal 2 and talk about story and some other things, but not actually write anything directly. And I mean, at that point early on, they had the lemon joke, or the lemon, the kind of lemon monologue. It was really good, right? And they were nailing it. Eric and Jay are funny. But they were struggling with the co-op, and I just was kind of ignoring it. And then at one point, this is nothing but good news time for this little going down memory lane, walk down memory lane. My cat Mazzy gets diagnosed with cancer. I love my cat Mazzy. My cat Mazzy was a stray who walked up to our door one day and said, hey, I want to move in. Moved in, bled all over the place. We had to rush her to the emergency vet. Emergency vet in the middle of the night in Cleveland was like, oh, you should put her down. And it was the only time I've ever really been mean to somebody. I'm like, well, I don't really trust a fucking vet that has to drive from Akron to Cleveland at 2 a.m. to have a job because they're so fucking incompetent. Just patch her up and get her going, and I'm going to take her to a real fucking vet in the morning. I was really, if you want to see my hackles rise up, you harm an animal. But so I took her to the vet next morning. That vet I retold the story to, she fixed her up for free, and which was important because we didn't have a lot of money back then, and helped us take care of her, and she lived for many years. But she eventually gets cancer. So I'm attached. This cat is like, this is my baby. And so I'm in a really bad mood, and Eric and Jay don't know this, and they just asked me to come into the writer's room, and they're like, hey, can you do the co-op stuff? We're struggling with this. It's the problem of being too complicated for a story for co-op that you're trying to keep track of while you're doing all this other stuff. And they're just doing a lot of work. They did a lot of writing that Portal 2, which is, okay. But I'm like, I don't know, man. Kind of try retelling them my day of like my cat actually pooped on me because she was so terrified of this whole thing because she knew something bad was going on, and stomach was shaved. And we sat in that room for 2-3 hours, and they just told jokes, threw themselves under the bus to make me laugh, made me laughed pretty hard. Said, okay, I'll do it. And then we made a pact of we would give each other feedback, like positive feedback, but never negative feedback. We would never, ever call each other out on something, and because just say like, hey, writing comedy's hard. Writing this much comedy in this quick of time is hard. And so that's what we did. So we get through that. We ship. And this was the only ship I've ever had where I was like just elated. I was just like, oh, this feels good. If you ever watch, there's a video of Eric hitting the button. And he's just like, I'm going to say a quick speech. And you hear someone yell, you're taking too long. That's me. I was already in the bag. But I was relaxed. I was having a good time. And then the next day we find out that the PlayStation Network was hacked. And if you remember, Portal 2 had the thing where if you bought it on PlayStation, you got it for free on Steam, and the Steam and the PlayStation we combined. Like, I think Steam still has it. You can combine your PlayStation accounts even though it does nothing. I was a downer because I got hate mail that we caused it. And it was all our fault. And it took this like really big high. The first time I had a high, this taught me a lesson. First time I ever had a high launching a game, and it just nosedived it. And there's nothing we can do, and it really didn't affect sales or anything, but it just was like this wart on our experience. And then it had to be the next year. That I went to DICE. They threw me under the bus, and they're like, hey, you gotta go accept an award. And I went and accepted an award for connectivity, even though I didn't know what the hell the award was for. And I thought for sure, since I have no idea what it's about, we're not going to win it. Then I realized I was sitting at the table and everyone else was winning stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm sitting at the table that they put all the winners at because it's a short walk to the stage. Shit, I got to come up with an acceptance speech. And so I did. Don't look it up. It's nothing good. I just know when I got back, the guy who gave it out was like, yeah, that was the right thing. I'm like, well, you could have told me that ahead of time. I don't know. But yeah, that's like the weird things I would do at Valve, is accept connectivity awards while also being blamed for crashing the PlayStation Network. Seriously. Like, talk about not catching a break. But it worked out. I guess. I don't know. That's how you end this.